चलो चले एग्जाम के लिए। हाँ बस 1 मिनट दे, दही चीनी खा लूँ। तू लेगा? अरे पागल है क्या, मैं नहीं मानता ये सब चीजें। और आज अपना लिटरली साइंस का एग्जाम है, चल आजा। हाँ वो सब तो ठीक है, लेकिन तेरे यहाँ दही लगा हुआ है। India is a land of innumerable traditions and customs. Although despite having witnessed or belonged to this rich society, we lack the rationale behind these rituals and brand them superstitious and meaningless. Watching this video, you will be surprised to know that the common rituals practiced today actually have a smart logic behind them. So without any further delay, let's get started. Hello friends, welcome to FitTuber. Why is it said that someone is missing you when you get hiccups? Well, what can be the logic behind such a bizarre tradition? Well, it's quite a smart way of distracting one's mind in thinking who the person could be, and as a result, hiccups automatically stop. Have you been to a place where throwing coins in a well was a part of a tradition? The general reasoning given for this act is that it brings good luck. However, it was one of the far-sighted methods our ancestors came up with to ensure safe drinking water. In olden times, most of the currency used was made of copper, unlike the stainless steel coins of today. Placing copper coins underneath the water helps in killing the bad bacteria. Also, copper is a vital metal very useful to the human body. Throwing coins in the river was one way our forefathers made certain we intake sufficient copper as part of the water, as rivers were the only source of drinking water. In modern times, throwing steel coins may not help, but drinking copper-charged water surely will. One of the most common exam rituals that almost all of us have grown up following is that of eating a spoonful of curd and sugar before any crucial exam. But why? The answer to this is found in the Ayurvedic scriptures. Firstly, curd and sugar combination being fundamentally sweet helps supply glucose to the body, which raises your energy level. Another reason why the combination is offered right before the exam is that curd and sugar or anything meetha has been called Buddhi Vardhak in Ayurveda. Thirdly, it has a cooling and soothing effect on the body and mind. So the next time you are out for an important meeting, don't forget to have dahi with mishri powder. No matter how much amount you give for shagun, it always ends on 1. Ever thought why? Well, an amount that ends in 0 suggests the end of a transaction, but the additional rupee connotes continuity and the hope of future exchanges. Here's how the lone rupee becomes a symbol of an everlasting relationship. But why a rupee coin? Why not a paper note? That's because metal or dhatu is considered to be a form of goddess Lakshmi, which keeps negative energy away and marks prosperity. Heard someone say today is my Tuesday fast? Superstitious, isn't it? Well, there is more than what meets the eye. Fasting for Indians is not an obligation but a moral and spiritual act where the aim is to purify the body and mind. Because the body does not have to do the work of digestion, it has more energy to focus on the spiritual aspects. That's actually why it's called Upavas. Upa means near and Vas means to stay, staying near to God. In India, people would choose various days in a month as a reverence to their favorite deity and fast for spiritual growth. Of course, the countless physical and mental benefits of fasting have now been well noted by modern science. From controlling obesity to improving hormonal balance to the growth of new brain cells, this holistic detoxifying practice is worth every effort. The dash of sindoor or vermilion powder on a bride's forehead is her holiest mark as she begins her journey as a bride. But do you know the physiological significance behind this ritual? Traditionally, sindoor is prepared by mixing turmeric, lime and mercury, which is known to control blood pressure and activate sexual drive. This also explains why widows do not use it. To make it more effective, sindoor is put starting from the forehead all the way to the pituitary gland, the seat of thoughts and emotions. Newly married women are also advised to wear heavy, tight bangles. This is an intelligent way to press the veins underneath to increase the blood flow in reproductive organs, resulting in easy conception. Another masterpiece is the toe ring, which is inevitably worn on the second finger. A particular nerve from the second toe connects the uterus and passes to the heart. Wearing a toe ring on this finger helps strengthen the uterus by regulating the blood flow to it, thereby regularizing the menstrual cycles. Moreover, for a woman, all these are prominent marks of being married, and so not to be persuaded by other males. We have all seen lemon and chilies hanging on the trucks, cars, shops, etc. haven't we? The belief is that it wards off evil spirits. Practically, local restaurants place this combo on the table to save their customers any trouble from the insects that may hover around for food. The active heat-producing ingredient capsaicin repels mosquitoes and flies because it is an irritant. More interestingly, centuries ago, when people had to undertake long travels on foot, they often had to traverse through a variety of landscapes and encounter the threats of predators and inconsistent water supply. To combat these issues, it seems our traveling heroes carried our good old Nimbu Mirchi with them. The lemon was meant to keep them hydrated, while the chili could be used to check if snake bites were venomous or not. It was believed that when the traveler bit on chili and couldn't taste it, it would indicate that the snake was poisonous and numbed his or her nerves. Smart, isn't it? Every day, Indians would welcome the sun, the source of life on this planet, by their water offering ritual. Well, there are great benefits to this practice backed up with scientific significance. When the sunlight passes through water, it breaks down into a spectrum of 7 colors. It is in this form that the sun's energy is absorbed maximum by our body. It helps to balance the 3 doshas, improves eyesight, strengthens the heart, and enhances mind power. And of course, this practice also helps to bring discipline into one's life, as it makes you rise before the sunrise, allowing you to maximize the hours in the day. What is the significance of celebrating Ganpati Visarjan? 10 days after welcoming Lord Ganesha to our homes on the occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi, devotees bid adieu to Ganesh idols on the day of Anant Chaturdashi. But what is the purpose? Well, it's deep and sagacious. The Visarjan ritual symbolizes the cycle of birth and death. It's a reminder that nothing is permanent and that change is the only constant. It's a reminder that everyone who is born on this planet or that exists shall perish one day. Moreover, the reason why the idols are immersed in a water body also has a profound meaning. The ocean or the water body represents the infinite, and the idol is the soul seeking salvation. In the olden days, our ancestors were conscious enough to make Ganesha idols using herbs like turmeric, neem, and clay, which would not only get easily disintegrated but also render the water bodies clean. Why do we not touch books with our feet? Well, our feet, even though they are very important, are considered to be the dirtiest part of our body in regard to the fact that they come in contact with the ground first, and so contact with dust is inevitable. The outdoors may not be very clean as we would like it to be. Hence, a great effort has to be made to avoid stepping over someone, any food, utensils, or books. Our culture has always regarded knowledge as sacred and divine, and therefore must always be respected at all times. The ritual or custom of not touching any educational tools with our feet shows us the pedestal on which we put knowledge in Indian culture. So these were some of the common Indian rituals which I believe have a logic behind. This gives us an idea how intelligent our forefathers were in designing various rituals and customs for the holistic well-being of us and the environment. Did you find this video helpful? If you would like to see another part of this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Check out the Tribe Concepts Face Brightening Kit, which has 2 products, 24K Kumkumadi Tailam and Face Brightening Daily Cleanser. Kumkumadi Tailam, a renowned face oil mentioned in Ayurvedic scriptures, helps brighten the skin, reduces pigmentation, and is anti-aging. The Tribe Concepts Face Brightening Daily Cleanser is another 100% herbal formulation that gently cleanses the face. Take 1 teaspoon of the cleanser and add adequate water. Apply it all over the face and neck. Gently massage for a few seconds and then wash off with plain water. Now take 3 to 4 drops of Kumkumadi Tailam and apply it evenly to the face and neck. Authentically prepared, this oil will keep your skin soft and supple. To buy the Tribe Concepts Face Brightening Kit, click on the link down in the description box. So friends, that's all for this video. You can now support my work by clicking on the join button below. Please do remember to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon so that you never miss a video from me. You can also follow me on Instagram. My name is Vivek. I thank you so much for watching.